Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Raila Odinga, who is the Azimio One Kenya presidential candidate, embarked on a campaign tour of the United States of America. And I intend to do a comprehensive analysis about that tour, although the trip has been cut short following the demise of the former president, Mwai Kibaki. Raila Odinga was accompanied to that trip by several leaders. But one person is featuring prominently during this particular tour, Sally Kosgei. Sally Kosgei has actually made an entry into Raila Odinga's circles. So in this video, I want us to look at the entry of Sally Kosgei into Raila Odinga's circles, because her entry is significant politically speaking for two main reasons. Number one, Sally Kosgei cannot deliver Rift Valley to the larger Raila Odinga's scheme of things, which means her entry into Raila Odinga's circles is not about helping Raila Odinga win the support of the larger Rift Valley. It is intended for some other objectives. Number two, Sally Kosgei cannot be appointed Raila Odinga's running mate. One of the issues Raila Odinga is currently dealing with is the issue of the running mate. And I think it's just a matter of hours now for Kenyans to know who will be Raila Odinga's running mate and who will be William Ruto's running mate. So Sally Kosgei cannot fit to be, she's qualified, but under the circumstances, she can't be Raila Odinga's running mate in this general election, which means her entry into Raila Odinga's circles and team is intended to achieve other objectives. So in this video, I want us to look into Sally Kosgei's entry into Raila Odinga's circles. Before we do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, I want you guys to take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue. Thank you guys for your continued support, because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Now, let us get back into serious business. Raila Odinga is in the United States of America. And you can clearly tell the kind of people who accompanied Raila Odinga. There is Suleiman Shebal accompanied Raila Odinga. This was one of the gubernatorial candidates in Mombasa. And I can assume that Shebal is headed, should Raila Odinga become the president of the Republic of Kenya, to a cabinet position. There is Martha Karua, who is projected to be Raila Odinga's running mate in 2022. There is Sabina Chege, there is Moses Kajwang, there are several other key players in Raila Odinga's politics. But Sally Kosgei is featuring prominently. What is Sally Kosgei's role around Raila Odinga? In my view, Sally Kosgei's entry into Raila Odinga is actually intended to achieve several political objectives. And the first objective, which her entry is supposed to achieve, is help Raila Odinga create international networks. Now the question is, who is Sally Kosgei? Sally Kosgei is a former diplomat, highly regarded and respected. And if you want to understand who Sally Kosgei is, I want to challenge you to look for her speech during the former President Moi's burial. She explained so many things which most Kenyans did not know. And I remember doing a video and wondering why William Ruto could not have Sally Kosgei on her team, because Sally Kosgei would have brought to him that missing link, which was the international networks. So I think Raila Odinga is so keen on becoming the next president of the Republic of Kenya, to an extent that now he had to go and look for Sally Kosgei to help rebuild his international networks. For example, when we had the post-election violence, it is claimed that Sally Kosgei played a huge role in bringing the US government into or onto the table. Sally Kosgei served Moi diligently. She was the one who was dealing majorly with the international relations. There's a story I can't just remember so well. When Moi was stuck, he didn't know how to move. So it took Sally Kosgei to intervene. So I think Raila Odinga is bringing in Sally Kosgei to help him create his international networks. Sally Kosgei is actually claiming to be close friend to former president, classmate to Kikwete, and also Museveni. So she will help Raila Odinga in creating international networks. Number two, I also tend to think that Sally Kosgei is being brought on board into Raila Odinga's circles to help with the transition. How many transitions have we had in this country? When Mzee Moi was exiting power and Kibaki was getting on board, Sally Kosgei was the head of the public service. Sally Kosgei oversaw that transition. So I think Raila Odinga has figured out that for him and for President Uhuru Kenyatta to have smooth transition, Sally Kosgei must be in the picture to bring that needed experience. If you look at Raila Odinga's circles today, is there any experienced public servant? None. Missing. For Ruto, he has Rigathi Gachagua, who served as a DC, so it means he'll be able to help the deputy president should he win. But for Raila Odinga, he needed Sally Kosgei. And I want to assume that one of the roles Sally Kosgei will be doing is to manage transition should Raila Odinga win. If Raila Odinga wins, it means Uhuru Kenyatta will hand over power to him. And that handover is normally complex. People might assume it's easy, but it's normally complex because you need to carry the burden and the success of the previous government into your government. You must identify which people to remove, which people to retain. Remember, when Kibaki got into office, his team were in a hurry to fire some people and to retain some. It took the intervention of Sally Kosgei to explain to them that is now that they are in government, they don't need to do certain things. Certain things will have to be done in a different way. Someone like Karanja Kibichu doesn't have much experience in government as much as he holds that high level office. Someone like Matiang'i is just a cabinet secretary. Sally Kosgei served long and understands the operations in government. So she will be managing Raila Odinga's transition. Number three, in my view, I also tend to think that Raila Odinga is now looking at public service. That assuming he wins, he will inherit public service. And for him to manage that public service, he needs experience. In fact, I was talking to someone the other day and he was telling me that the problem, the challenge Raila Odinga has today on his team is that he doesn't have people who understands the operations of government. And he gave me the example of when Raila Odinga entered into Nusu Mkate, that he was able to succeed because there were people on that team like Dalmas Otieno. He had people like who had experience, who had served in government, understood how government was operating. So currently in his team, he doesn't really have such kind of a hand which can guide him in when it comes in terms of public service and the experience. So I think Sally Kosgei will bring that experience to Raila Odinga during the transition, just to manage the public service. You see, like for example, Moi Kibaki depended on Mudhaura. Uhuru Kenyatta, Moi Kibaki depended on Mudhaura, and I think at some point Kimemia. When Uhuru came, Kimemia oversaw the transition a bit, and then from there he handed over to the current person who is Kobia. You remember even the other day, someone like Kidero was suggesting that Kobia should be Raila Odinga's running mate. It's because of that experience of managing the public service. Number four, I also tend to think that Raila Odinga is looking into the former President Moi's contact. You see, I always say that there are certain individuals, they can't bring you votes, but their value they bring on board. You know, the former president, Daniel Toroitich arap Moi, served this government for the longest. So it means Raila Odinga would need their contact. Who are the forces behind Daniel Toroitich arap Moi? Sally Kosgei knows those people. When it comes to government, who are giving Moi tips A, B, C, D? Are they still in government or are they been edged out? Remember, Moi served for 24 years. During that period, he was able to place his people strategically in government. Some of those people are still senior in government position up to this stage. So the only person who can help Raila Odinga identify such people is Sally Kosgei. So I think that Moi's contact is important. Just like by working with Jubilee, he will be able to inherit Kibaki's contact, and Uhuru's contact is already there. So he needs those Moi contact, because now Raila Odinga is no longer just a presidential candidate. He believes that he's going to be the next president. And lastly, is perception. Politics is a perceptual game. You know, when you go to Rift Valley and you pick one of their best, Sally Kosgei, the people of the Rift Valley will start questioning what's wrong with their man, Ruto. Why couldn't Ruto reach out to Sally Kosgei? Or what is wrong? And again, politics is a game of perception. The fact that Raila Odinga can reach out to someone like Sally Kosgei, even if she won't bring votes, there is a value perceptionally which she's bringing to the table. I don't know what you think. That's my take. And again, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue to thank you guys for your continued support, because without that support, without that support, this YouTube channel cannot be where it is. So thank you guys. Until next time, this is Lee McQueen. Bye-bye.